But so I'm here with Zach Swanner, and we were just talking about you just turned 21.
My friend just turned
Oh,
21.
your friend just turned 21. So you're in that area already.
I'm 22.
Okay, so you're a younger fella. That's cool. So what'd you guys do for his 21st? Did you tear the town apart, perchance?
Well, I took him out. I go to school at Liberty down in Lynchburg, Virginia, and
Oh wow.
so I took him downtown. We went bar hopping down a couple bars down there, and took him to this Irish bar, and I was ranting and raving about it like for a long time, for years, because he wasn't able to go, but. I finally got him there, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Lynchburg's down 15, right? Down 11. It's a little town. It's like they have that. All the shops are on that little like thing that you walk. Like it's a street, but you walk through it.
Yeah,
It's such a beautiful little place.
yeah,
And my wife and I actually woke up one day for my birthday a couple of years ago. We had nothing to do and no idea what to do for my birthday, so we just drove down 11 and I think we ended up there. Like we were antiquing the whole way, and then we got there, and there's a little place. It's like a micro pub or something around the corner on one of the blocks, and it's just a really quaint town.
yeah.
Like Virginia's got that whole tourist thing going on. But you're from Hanover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense that you'd be going to school in Virginia, I guess. What possessed you to go to school in Virginia?
Well, I mean, my friend Ryan, he was going to Liberty, and I went and visited him one time. It was last year, and I just fell in love with the school. Like the people there were just like really really nice, and like I really enjoyed that, because I mean I had the previous school I was at, like it didn't really seem so that way, but
Right. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, feel free. You're here. You're human. Like I'm curious. I'm curious about your music, and I'm curious about you. Like that's the thing is,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have a problem with that. It's like, dude, your personal story is just as important as your music.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I just wonder how like you're like I'm 30. Oh god, I'm almost 33. So like, yeah, I haven't been in college or anything. But how does like so it's a technical college, or like are you learning a trade there, or?
No, I'm studying business there. I'm actually interdisciplinary studies, which is you get to pick like 3 main groups, and so far I have business as my main focus, audio as one of my minors,
Oh wow.
and the third minor the second minor,
Right.
I'm not too sure about yet, but we'll see.
That seems cool that like you get, instead of having just one single idea of like you're going into college and you're going to learn business, and then you have to figure out all the extra parts, like how do I turn my passion for music into something that pays me, or how do like having audio work in there is awesome, because then you can work in studios and stuff while you try to figure out all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat, and it's not super commonplace up here, or something that I really know like exists up here. You know what I mean? So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
But so are you a Hanover native?
Yeah. Yeah. I was born in Alaska.
What?
Yeah.
Is your dad in the Army?
Yeah. My dad was in the Air Force.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so we were out in Anchorage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, out in Anchorage, and then we moved to I think we moved to Phoenix, Arizona,
Yeah.
and then back here. He's from here originally. He went to DeLone.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What was it? How were you old enough to like remember living in Phoenix and all that?
No.
He was just all over the place, and then you settle in.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's so weird that you were born in Alaska, because that's like its own continent.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not,
you're right, yeah.
It's not Canada. I need a passport to get through Canada to get to Alaska, even as a citizen. So it's kind of weird, you know. Like that's neat though that you were just kind of in there. I always wondered, because my dad was in the Army, and like I was born here, but he was in New Jersey. Like I lived in New Jersey for a little bit, but I don't remember any of it at all.
Yeah.
So that's cool though. So I mean, what York's cool, Hanover's cool. You guys are finally getting there. But like, what was it like growing up in Hanover?
Um, I really liked the neighborhood I grew up in. I mean, for the majority of me growing up, I guess. The neighborhood I lived in, I enjoyed a lot because the guys that just lived around me, like we did so much stuff. We'd always be getting into trouble, doing stuff like that. But we would always play like football, baseball, everything. And
Yeah.
and a lot of them now, like they're really good at what they do now. One of them is actually a police officer. One of them went and played baseball for Millersville, and he was damn good. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so I mean,
Yeah. I feel I'm trying to get just relax, man. You'll get there. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just like I'm super curious because you answered my ad on whatever that Facebook group was, and like this is we're total strangers. It's weird, isn't it? How like it's not weird because you're a performer. You do this kind of thing all the time.
Yeah.
So how long have you been performing?
Let's see. I mean, I've only like performing my originals and everything. I've only been performing for maybe about 4 years.
Oh yeah,
something like that. Originals. I mean, I guess this like when I started. My originals when I started were god awful. Like I won't play them anymore.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's how it starts, But
no, you put your toes in the water and you went and you dove in. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
No.
They definitely can't all be hits. Like my first novel is not in print anymore at all. It's in a box. The only copies are in a box in a basement.
Yeah,
and they're not coming out. So it happens, but that's cool though. So, like, what got you into playing guitar and playing like when you were just young and you picked up on it, kind of peaked with it?
I think starting music. My dad has always been in a band.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a heavy rock band. When I was growing up, so like I was always around that scene, kind of. And so yeah, growing up around that, and I didn't really start playing guitar or anything just because he was a musician or anything. Like, I wanted to, but I didn't really have the drive to go do it until I was about 7th grade. I had class with this one guy named he was one of my best friends back then. His name was Eddie. He's like, "You play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah." And at the time, like I only knew how to play, like I could barely play chords. I didn't even really know chords. And he's like, "Yeah, we should start." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
And so we went to his house and he picked up the acoustic and he like started playing chords, and I was like, "Damn it!" Like I don't even know how to play chords. And he gave me his chord book, and I went back to my house, and that night I played for hours and hours, and then from there it just kind of took off for me. Like I loved doing it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really start songwriting until about maybe like 5 years ago.
That's not too. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Like, you experienced a lot of cool, like, you get to draw on all your experiences from like high school and shit like that. Not in a diminishing way, but in like, look, people say that to diminish the thing. Like, oh, it was a high school. No, those are the formative years of your existence. Like, everything that you do, whether it's small or big, or you just going shopping with somebody or whatever, like there's so much to it down like back then because it's like hormones and changes, and you're like, yeah, it's so deep, but nobody gives it that kind of depth. Like, it is super important. That's cool though. And like, you just so what do you draw influence on now? What kind of style do you do with your music?
I'm as far as songwriting goes, I'm really selfish as a songwriter. Like, people write songs like, for other people and like their friends sometimes, but like I can't really paint the picture for somebody else's story, like as far as a song goes. But Oh, what was your question? I'm drawing
So,
blank.
well, I just well, let me rephrase it. So, what's like your biggest influence? We're not live, by the way, in case that's anything that's making you
No, no, no,
nervous.
that's okay.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, but so no, just like what I mean, where do you draw your biggest influences from musically?
Well, as far as songwriting goes, my biggest influence when I started songwriting was Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
I I heard his acoustic stuff and like fell in love with it, and then just from there on, like, I mean, I love acoustic music, like acoustic albums. I could listen to them all day, and so as far as songwriting goes, he's a big influence. Damien Rice, and as of recently, I discovered this new artist. His name's Noah Gunderson. And I was actually watching a show called Sons of Anarchy.
yeah.
I love that show, but it was season 6 finale, and I was watching this scene, and it was just set up. It was so depressing, and then this chord just drums, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
it's just like it hits you like really deep, and I was like, well, let me look this guy up, and I looked up the song, and the first time I heard the song, it's called "Day Is Gone."
Mm-hmm.
I just like got tears in my eyes. I was like, what? Who is this guy? Like, I was like, I didn't understand why he's not even mainstream. You know, it's
Yeah. It's weird with some of that stuff. I'm trying to think of there was I don't know. Well, obviously Twin Peaks first came out before you existed. The first one.
Yeah.
And but the second one excuse me. The series that just came back was they were really David Lynch really focused on music, and there was at the Roadhouse, like every episode they'd have somebody play, and one of the women that were in it, one of the women singer songwriters that was featured, like blew up immediately, and I can't imagine why she wasn't already a huge thing, and she had to be. Did you ever, I always base my opinions of South by Southwest on. Did you ever see the movie Frank?
no.
It's about a guy in a giant head, and he's a musician. It's a really good movie to watch. But anyway, but like South by Southwest is like one of those like super fringy things, and it's weird. And I feel like was probably already like the king of that or the queen of that. But like, yeah, we just don't take enough time to notice that kind of stuff until it pops up on Sons of Anarchy, which is it was a real. I did really enjoy that show for a little while.
Yeah.
It was I like the first and second. I like the cast a lot. I like that Henry Rollins was in it at some point, like you know, devaluing himself as a human being. It was great, but no. So like that's the thing though is so Ed Sheeran really turned like acoustically. He's very good.
Oh yeah.
His like his less popular stuff for me is really good.
That's how I see it. You know, like Shape of You and everything came out on his last album, and when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be his biggest hit. And I mean,
oh yeah,
it is his biggest, like one of his biggest hits. But like I could listen to like his album Multiply is probably my favorite album because it's more like acoustic based, and this one seems a little more so like a label is pushing for something a little more poppy.
Yeah.
Because
you know, and they definitely got it because it's just like I love punk rock. I love all music. I'll be honest, and like it does seem like at some point they just realize like, oh, we didn't do the math right, and here's exactly how to get the next number one album out of you, and then they do it, and like it's like he had the one album that's like super fringy and people don't pay attention to as much because they can't dance to it, and it's like, well, this one they can, you know. And it's like, and then people that have any kind of nose upturned towards music in any way or opinions in any way, they're like, oh well, everybody likes it, so I hate it. And it's, well, no, you know, like, and then they diminish all of his work through that statement, and it's like, no, but he's super talented, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's so weird like that. But so like, what kind of music were you into as a kid? As a wee child.
Man. I mean, I hate to say this, but like when I was growing up, my dad used to listen to like, you know, Creed and Nickelback. So I used to listen to like I mean, old Nickelback, okay. New Nickelback, like,
Yeah, I got that's the funniest thing about that is like old Nickelback. Yeah, you're right. It's not that bad,
no, yeah,
and it fits, and like people just made them the butt of every joke because they became the poster child for arena rock,
yeah,
and like yeah, I agree. Yeah, the new stuff just didn't do it for me, and they've been like kind of flat, like they've been kind of off the radar anyway. But like when it came out, when Nickelback got huge, I think I was like 21, 22, and like girls love to have sex while their CDs were on. So I was a big fan of Nickelback. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Like, and just in the moment when it was like fresh, yeah, it was awesome, and it, like they have that really driving power to it. It's not bad. Creed, on the other hand, well, they tried to sneak some stuff in there that just wasn't quite for
if you
it.
can understand what he's saying. Like,
Yeah, no, in between that mumbling mouth, but I mean, it matters though because it does shade like everything that you doesn't shade it, but like it does fill in the lines for everything that you do now. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and as of recently, like another like, I don't know if you probably know who Angels and Airwaves is.
Oh yeah,
So like Tom DeLonge, was it 2 days ago? I was just like looking around on YouTube and I saw an Angels and Airwaves video pop up, and I looked at it and like I'm familiar with them, but like I was listening to the lyrics and everything. I was like, this is like way deeper than I expected.
yeah,
For Tom DeLonge, being the head man of Blink-182 for long, so I like was watching his documentary and everything, and it like that guy to me is like what a true artist should be. Like it just like the documentary itself shows like how much like he's evolved over time, and like that's the problem with Blink. Like was it Travis and Mark, the other guys? They wanted to stay playing like the same old stuff, like
yeah,
like high school sounding ish stuff, and
yeah,
he just wanted to kind of like advance himself like more and more, and it evolved into eventually what became to be Angels and Airwaves, and like I listen to their stuff and it just like really like resonates with me, like because just because like he really found himself through music, and like a lot of people could say like, well, yeah, I identify myself like through my music and stuff like that, and sometimes like they don't really know like what they're talking about, like they really haven't like done that soul searching,
yeah,
and Tom DeLonge, like he's obsessed with like space and stuff like that, but
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, which is super fun. But yeah, no, go ahead. Like I think that the humor, the fun part of that is that like I agree that he is like he's a picture with all the spots are colored in. If you remember the old color by numbers,
yeah,
so if you didn't get to red yet, you'd have a bunch of holes that were like number 4 or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the thing with artisanship is that it's people that aren't private about like that do give the fact that they are people. Like he is vehemently passionate that aliens exist. I'm fine with that. I can have whatever opinion on it, but like it doesn't detract from his musical career because it was a career. And he looked at it that way where he did have long-term, maybe not long-term goals, but long-term expectations of keep going, not like do the whole bit, let's have a couple on the top 40 and then hit Vegas. It was like keep going because Angels and Airwaves was really different, and it was something that like, did you ever hear of We Were Promised Jetpacks or
no?
Yeah, I was gonna say weird obscure Irish music, but no, it's that whole like majestic rock and roll Coheed and Cambria. Mm-hmm. Where they're doing concept albums, they're doing like fantasy from start to finish on an album. Like that's really deep, and it's really it really doesn't fit the mold, but everybody that does fit a mold loves them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you look at Tom and you think, okay, well, there's so much to him because musically he's incredibly talented, and I can't just base my opinion of him on his music. I can look at him and read his books. Like he wrote a bunch of weirdo novels, which are very good, apparently.
Have you read any of it?
No, not yet. No, because he was on Joe Rogan, and then all of a sudden, all of his books were sold out on Amazon because Joe Rogan has like, I don't know, 8 or 9 million listeners a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, they all went out and bought his books, so they were immediately sold out. I was pissed, but because I didn't know about it. But yeah, like if you're gonna be, that's the whole thing. Like the whole Renaissance, like the idea of a Renaissance man. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
like you're multi-talented, but not to like just the cosmetic skimming the surface of being able to fix something. Like my dad called me a Renaissance man because I knew how to turn on a computer in 1999, and I also knew how to turn a wrench. It's like, no, man, that's the simple stuff. It's one that like I want to learn how to program. You got to get like Tom's one of those people. That's like he really digs deep into everything that he does, but he doesn't stay to a point of stagnation with one thing. You know what I mean? Like, look, Yngwie Malmsteen, the first time you see his videos and you see how he plays, the like the greatest guitarist that ever lived, like you can sit and watch him for 45 minutes, and after a while you're like, okay, you're awesome. What else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but there are a few people out there that do have that kind of artisanship where it's like, okay, what else are you gonna do? So it's not like a flat what else. It's like a what else with a question mark. You know what I mean? And I agree. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you picked up on Angels and Airwaves, and like when you play, what are your originals like? And do you have to do a ton of covers because you're covering such a large time frame?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a gig like and you're pretty much background music,
Yeah.
you're kind of forced to play a lot of covers because I mean, covering 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, no band, no artist will play 3 hours of originals.
Yeah.
Like, so there's only so much you can do with that, and I mean, so yeah, I do play a lot of covers and everything, but I like the idea more of playing an hour to hour and a half show, so I can play mostly like what I'm about, because it's kind of hard to play 3 hours of music that like represents you.
Yeah.
You can't really represent yourself in like that large of a time. I mean, you can for a period of it, but that's kind of what annoys me because, I mean, you're just background music, like I said, and then nobody's paying attention, and like, I don't know. I mean, I love playing. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
but gigs like that sometimes,
They drive on you?
Yeah. I mean, I played Cherry Lane this past summer.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I had a blast. Like, I loved it. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy amount of people just because, it was middle of the week, like business day.
Yeah.
Lunchtime. But I got a lot of like good feedback on like Facebook and Twitter and stuff about stuff because I played a lot of originals.
Yeah.
And it was actually recorded. I forget who came out and recorded that on It was supposed to be televised.
WCR TV?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
WRC TV.
Yeah.
White Rose channel. White Rose Community
you're
Television.
right.
That's it.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been emailing the guy back and forth, and they're still working on it. So
They're volunteer. They'll get there.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yeah. I know. I was on there once, and I bit my fingernails waiting for it to come out, and somebody was like, "Bro, we're volunteer. We don't have. We do this when we can." Well, makes sense. But yeah, that's cool. Does that front like? Do you have opportunities to do more than just that, like yet, or are you building your own repertoire so you could go and do a coffee shop gig or something like that where it would just be you on a stage, like it'd be specifically you going to do a show? You know, because like when you're playing Cherry Lane or something like that, like yeah, you're right. You're just kind of there. You know what I mean? But like, have you? Do you plan on doing like getting yourself up to a spot where you could do like?
Yeah, I mean, I believe I'm ready for that now. I mean, I have enough. I have enough songs and everything to cover the amount of space. Like songs that I love personally. Like I songwrite almost every day.
Yeah.
I work on it, even if it's just me like walking down the street and like I think of something, like think of a melody in my head, like pull my phone out and just like hum it and record it, or think of like you know, a line in a verse or something, write it down. I mean, my phone, like all my memory is pretty much used up by like the recordings and the writings. But yeah, I definitely am ready to, you know, play my own shows, and not just a sitting guy doing covers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't play live. Like I mess around with my accordion every now and then, and it's really fun. And I mess around with instruments every now and then. But like that's the thing is like I'd be terrified of being on stage. I'd be terrified of being the guy, even just like you're the dude just there and people are walking by. Like I get so anxious and so like I get like hyper into the moment. I'm watching people and I'm like guessing their intentions. It's a problem with programming, but like I get so anxious that I couldn't possibly just perform on stage. I could definitely talk on stage. That's easy. You know, like that's just me doing the annoying thing that I always do.
Yeah.
I talk too loudly about weird stuff. So it just that's cool though. Like so with you, how much longer do you have in school?
I got another year and a half until I'm finished. So I'm a junior right now. So you know. It's the tough times.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
This is the rough spot where you got that hover thing. Well, I wouldn't know. I was only a college freshman for 3 semesters, and then I got kicked out. I got removed from that town and told never to come back. So.
Oh.
It could be much worse. Like no, like I hear junior years like that one where it's like directionless, sorta. Like you're just kind of hovering and you're in a routine and like it's just weird. But you'll get there. You're almost done.
Almost.
So, like, so if you're in Lynchburg, obviously you don't commute. You stay down there for the semester?
I live down there. Yeah.
Did you just drive here from Lynchburg, Virginia this morning?
No.
Okay,
I'm
thank
back.
goodness.
I'm back for Thanksgiving.
I would have felt terrible about that if you were like, yeah, no, I just drove an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours, and I got to go do it again. I'd be like, oh, dude, I wasn't worth it. Yeah. No,
It's actually like 4.5.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not thinking of the right place then. That's way down there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Southern Virginia.
Okay, yeah, I'm not thinking of the right place at all. I'm thinking of somewhere it's like instead of 81, you're going down 11 and you go through the West Virginia Panhandle and then there's like a nice little town, Fredericksburg. Whatever. Frederick's something. Yeah, nice little place.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, so no, now that I have my map right, wow, you really are quite far away. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would have been terrible. 4.5 hour drive for this. I mean,
That's what we get at 5 a.m., you know, whatever.
Yeah. 5 a.m. still reeling from last night. So, but do they have a reasonable music scene down there that you can get into, or like, do they have more of a singer songwriter?
It's kind of like I mean, for what I've seen, it's kind of mixed between. I haven't really seen as many like solo acoustic artists. It's more so like bands down there. I mean, especially at Liberty, there's a lot of crazy talented musicians. I mean,
yeah,
the music program there is. It's a really credible music program. That's all I can really say.
Yeah,
but every year you get the new kids that come in, and every year it's just like more and more like musicians that are coming in. You're like, whoa,
yeah.
And I went and saw, like, we have this venue on campus, and we have like free concerts, just
Mm.
so they can like get the bands playing and stuff like that, and give them like more experience and everything,
Mm.
and it's really like really surprising how professional like these shows are that the students are running.
Yeah.
So I mean, I forget the band's name, but it was like a month ago. I went and saw, and the girl that was singing, she's from Pittsburgh, and I was like, okay. And they started off playing some covers. I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, yeah, I wrote this song, and it was just her on acoustic, and me being an acoustic guy,
Oh yeah.
we're sitting there, and then the lights like shut off, and the backlight like showed, and it's just like a silhouette on stage with the acoustic. And she just comes in with this like falsetto note, and your jaw just hits the floor. Like,
Yeah.
if you just looked around, everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah.
I'm-
That's fucking phenomenal.
yeah, I mean,
and it's on campus, like it's there.
Mhm.
You know, like that's the other thing about going in, like being in in any type of college environment is like everything is there and it grows and everybody's there from everywhere.
Mhm.
You know, so like, from us being here, so York is heavily Pennsylvania Dutch food influence.
Mhm.
Well, Erie is a very Swedish. No, hang on. I'm trying to think. It's a place. It's a town in Michigan. Anyway, it's like it's Viking influence because they're like that's or French influence because the Canadian fur trappers walk through it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you take all those and you throw them in one place and it's like a little atomic bomb of creative energy, especially at a school that's geared towards like not quite creative, but like personal growth and all that kind of stuff, where it's not like it's just a standard, come in, learn your thing, and get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
You know what
no,
I mean?
that's the one thing that makes me mad about college. It's just a business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just a business for them, and you go through the motions, and they're like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen so far, like, it's not very very personal. Like,
yeah.
when it comes to like the administration and the student body.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. And like, I went for computer science at Cal U 1,000 years ago, back before the iPhone existed, and that's how long ago that was. And I just didn't. Yeah, I didn't like it there as much. I didn't like the class aspect of it. I actually enjoyed work a lot, and I enjoyed all my friends and having that. And it was that kind of environment where, just to exemplify it, it's like, you remember the old, like, seeing pictures of the old Greek Senate. There's like one dude, and then all the dudes are like around him, and they're listening to him or whatever, and they're like freely expressing ideas between each other and learning and growing. It was like that, and it was not that specifically, but it was that whole thing where the learning wasn't just in the classroom and the focus wasn't just in the testing and getting credits and all that stuff. It was like the little biome of campus and the people that lived off campus in California, this little mountain town. Like, everybody was there to learn any way that they could,
Yeah.
and also get hammered on the weekends, which was cool too. But like, it was that thing where you can learn more interpersonally from a stranger who came in from 4 states away. You can learn more from their experience than you can from half a semester's worth of classes on how to solve for X. It's like I do agree with the whole, like, yeah, it really is a business now. It's not especially with technical schools where you're going to, like, I got my Class A. It was my Class A license. It was just get in, get out, get your hours, get what you need to do, and do it. No, mine worked out a little better because my dad's been a driver for 30 years, so I knew some stuff, and I got to chat. It was enjoyable, and I got to engage. But a lot of the people there were like, just, well, I'm in here, I'm out of here. It was basically just a terrible job for them already to go learn. And it is kind of disappointing, but it's cool that you found that. And what drew you down to going to school there? Just yeah, that's right. Your friend was there already. Like that's neat that you had that in already, and you saw his experience with it, and you're like, this is gonna be cool for me. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a really credible university as well. So I mean, a degree from that school, you know. I mean,
I'm like, yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah. No, I get you. So do you have any career plans after you on top? Like, are you just gonna say, forget it, I got my degree, let's do some music, let's do it?
Honestly, if I can go back like 2.5 years, I would not go to college.
Yeah.
I'd honestly probably have a full-time job and just be trying to pursue music.
Yeah.
Because that's as far as my aspirations go. Like at the moment, like that's number one on my list. I mean, obviously college has to be really important to me, and it is important. And important to finish and everything. I mean, I'm this far along.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're already like once you hit 10% complete in college, you may as well just stick it out.
Yeah,
like that's the bad part of it, is because like I got 3 semesters in, and it took me 12 years to pay it off. Yeah, because I mean, whatever, it's paid off, but probably mostly my fault. But what, it's like if you're gonna take on that kind of investment in yourself, you should. I mean, and then even if the drive of having that and then getting into that field and all that stuff, even if that wanes a little bit, you should still be. You can still make it something that fits for you.
Yeah.
Like, because it really is an investment.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a bummer, and I totally get it. It's you could have, but at the same time, it could have sucked too.
Yeah.
Because all the money that you're throwing into college, like, you got to get a place and food and a car and insurance and all that other stuff, and then you got all those worries, and it gives you a safer place to work on your music, because you don't have all those outside anxieties pushing against you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
It's good though. I mean, it's good either way. Like I'm not gonna. If people go, they go. I agree. If you're driven to do it, do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say like, even I'm in college and I'm still like fully pursuing music at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been putting off an EP for about maybe 2 years. I mean, I guess for the right reasons though, because if I were to have released an EP 2 years ago, I probably would have been embarrassed now about it, Like,
yeah.
Just as far as like songwriting structures and everything goes, like back then, if I were to play you one of my old songs right now, you might cringe a little bit.
No, maybe a little bit. It's always weird to sit in a room with somebody while they play music for you. I like it though. It's very, very personal. But no, I do get that. But so just to explore that thought real quick. So you haven't released an EP at all?
This winter.
This winter?
This winter it's coming. Yep.
Okay. So, that answers my question anyway. I was gonna say, is it more like you could wait forever to make sure that your art is perfect before you put it out?
Yeah. I mean,
like, how did you find the middle ground where you decided, all right, I'm ready, let's do this?
Yeah. Like, I mean, even back then, like, I'd finish the songs and like I'd be like, yeah, they're good, but I never played those songs like in front of people because just from like observing from other artists, they get out and play like the songs they just start writing. I'm like, I mean,
yeah,
it's awesome that you wrote that, but what's going on,
Yeah.
So like, I think by me waiting for 2 years, like it has really allowed me to like develop. It really has allowed my mind to like elaborate on like what I'm feeling like deep inside, and that statement right there is kind of like the definition of my EP. I mean, it's going to be titled Resonant. I mean, Resonates.
Resonance.
Yeah, Resonate.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But I mean, it's been a long time coming, but I just wanted to make sure everything was right, you know? Like I will not release something that I think is somewhat with a shadow of doubt like awful. You know?
Yeah.
Like I have to love it for me to release it. So, and with the songs I have now, I'm really excited to go ahead and do that.
That's cool. That's cool though. I like that because I had that problem. I had that problem too. Like I spent forever writing. Like I spent my entire childhood writing and writing books and trying to get there, and I never finished them because I have really bad ADHD. And I finally finished one, and I was so fucking excited to put it out. Gotta put it out, and I surely wish I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You know, like I totally agree. And like now, any projects that I'm working on are like I'm more interested now in finding like the plot. You know, writing the plot and then finding a way to make the plot better, and then making the process of writing it, making sure that I'm hitting all the right notes and getting more into the actual like foundational aspects of it, instead of just, oh, I'm the coolest, let me throw this out and enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it does make a huge difference, and I can appreciate that. But like yeah, and then at the same time it's like, well, with everything going on right now, I had a weirdo. Let's take a small aside for a second. I had a weirdo dream last night that Applebee's came out because they were real mad because we shut them down, and we did the same to Amazon because people were so disinterested in digital life. Like we got to a point where we wanted it back.
Yeah.
Like we wanted everything to be appreciated and all that stuff. Like going out to the store and walking around and pushing the shopping cart, like we wanted to appreciate that again. And Amazon was like, yeah, we're out of business. And it's beautiful. And I totally forget where that thought was going. But anyway, but like, no, I do remember. So that's the thing, is like, you put out an EP now, and then like, how do you keep up with the constant need of everyone for more content?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I just have to see how people to react to the first one in the first place. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a process where you grow more and more each time, and I mean, it's like anything. The more you do it, the better you become.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping that like the feedback I get from this is what I'm hoping for. Like, because like the people I play the songs for and everything, like it seems like they really enjoy them, and I'm just really hoping that the feedback for this is going to be what I want. But even if it's not, like I'll keep working at it.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's it's a super positive way to be about it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I mean, and like I kind of have like some plans for like maybe next summer. You brought up an Irish band earlier, and I was gonna go on about that, but then you kept going. So
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, you're good. But like if this EP were to like, you know, sell enough, I want to go to Ireland over the summer and try to promote that over there a little bit, because I have some friends over in Ireland, like in Dublin and Cork,
Oh, yeah?
Cork and stuff like that. I met like a large crowd of Irish people this past summer, actually at Ocean City.
Oh yeah.
It was fun. My family actually, we were all going on vacation. We were just going for a couple of days to Ocean City, and I brought my friend along, and I know some people that live down there for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And my one friend, she was like, "Yeah, come to my apartment and hang out. Like, it'll be a good time." So me and my friend went down there, brought my guitar, and we get into the apartment building, the apartment complex, and it's all Irish people. She's the only like American in the whole building. There's like a couple thousand Irish people, and she's like, "Yeah, I guess nothing's really going on tonight." So we were just sitting in the stairwell, and we were just like singing some songs and stuff like that. And she's like, "Well, you write originals?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Will you play some?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I started playing some, and so one of her Irish friends came out and he was listening. And then I finished that song. He's like, "Yeah, I want to hear another one." I was like, "Okay." So I started playing another one. And I look up and there's like 20 people. and then I played another one, and there's like 40 people,
Whoa.
and it got crazy. And
Yeah?
it got really crazy. It got to the point where like the building next to us, like the people in the building next to us called the police. Like we were, yeah, it was a mess, but it was fun. Like, and then the cop showed up, and he walked up to me. He's like, so you can tell me to fuck off, or can you just keep it down? I'm like, oh yeah, I'll keep it down. And he's like, cool, and he just left.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna deal with it.
That's rad. Yeah, that's such an like little cosmos growing around you. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool that you just.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, but like I met the Irish people from that night, and
Yeah.
we still keep in touch and everything. So
That's cool, man.
yeah, at least I got a place to stay if I go to
Well,
Ireland. You know.
That's the coolest thing in the entire world to have.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying in euros for hotel rooms every
Yeah.
night. Ooh. That's because like that's the hardest part about travels. Like everyone's like, yeah, it's not the flights, because you could fly anywhere in the U.S. for $300 round trip roughly, but it's gonna cost you a lot more than that to stay. You
Yeah.
know?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool though. Do you I'm trying to think who it was. Like, do you know Colin Hay or anyone like that? He's an Irishman or a Welshman, and he's an acoustic guy. These are just people that you're gonna really dig into. I like the look on your face.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
I'm trying to and somebody else I'm trying to think of that you'd really like, but I think he's Welsh. I can't remember, but he did the theme song to the show Detectorists on Netflix.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was a BBC show, so it's really good. But like, I think that'd be really good for you there, because like you have that whole like not minstrelship, troubadour. Like you're almost like a troubadour, where you're just like you're just the music guy, and you get to roam around and do the whole thing. And
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the small glimpse of the culture that I got to see from the Irish. Like, I fell in love with it, and like the type of music they like, the majority, like they love acoustic music over there and stuff like that. And there's actually like a lot of artists from the U.S. that like will go over there and tour for a little bit, make their money, come back, and they're not big in the U.S., but they're bigger over there,
Yeah.
more success. And like that's kind of like what sparked my interest in going over there, is because I know acoustic music is not, it can't really be, I mean, not that it's about the money, but it can be a little more lucrative over there
yeah,
as far as a career goes, like for pursuing like anything acoustic,
Yeah. Well, I'd wonder that too. Was like, do you just plan on staying acoustic? Just do it.
No,
No.
I don't plan on just staying acoustic. I mean, I would love to be in a band. I mean, I've played in a few bands before, and I mean, I love it. I really feel like my songwriting could be more beneficial in a band, but as for right now, I don't have the guys to do it. So I mean, I have a couple guys, but we're never like around for a long enough time for us to like be cohesive and have chemistry,
Oh, I was gonna say, are they from up here, and like you guys have breaks, like you have winter break together? That's about it. Like,
yeah.
That's a bummer. It gets that can be frustrating, because you are gone for a little bit, but afterwards, like, do you plan on coming back to Hanover and doing your thing there, or like just wherever the wind goes, or like after you're done school for good? Like, do you plan on coming back to the area, or you staying south? Like,
Well, I hate the heat, so no, I won't be staying south.
really? I shouldn't have turned my heat on for you. Then.
No,
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love the north. I just like I can't do humidity, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Pennsylvania gets humid, but like it's not as bad.
Yeah.
And like I love cold weather, so
Yeah. You pick on camping or anything?
yeah, I camp a good bit.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, like over summer we go a good bit.
Do you guys like hike the Appalachian Trail and camp or anything like
No,
that?
we haven't, but we talk about it, so we might do it.
Yeah,
Just depends.
you should look into like like we're in that. I didn't realize how close to the Appalachian. Like I cross over the Appalachian Trail going up to Penn State every day. I didn't realize that. Like
Really?
it actually comes in through it's done Duncannon, and then people call it Clark's Ferry. It's not actually Clark's Ferry. But anyway, up there on 322 when you come around the river, and then there's like the truck stop and all the strip clubs. On this little island, and Red Rabbit is there, and they have great burgers. Anyway, the trail actually runs through that because we're in the foothills here. But like Hanover, you're closer-ish towards Franklin County, which is so below, just like below southeast of Chambersburg, is it's not Cooper's Rock, it's Schaefer's Rock State Park. And that's part of the Appalachian Trail too. You can go there and hike. It's really rad.
Yeah.
Like, and it's got some back country to it where you're not hiking for 3 or 4 miles and then coming across a road. You're hiking for like 15 miles and then you might find a road.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I used to drive past the Appalachian Trail a lot, heading out to Shippensburg.
yeah.
Yeah. I forget. It's like I forget how you pronounce it. It's like the Mikau Forest or something like that.
Oh, Michaud. Yeah.
Yeah,
Michaud's part of it. So, I was going to say, Michaud is there. That's where Laurel Lake is. That's on the top side of 30. Like where Mr. Ed's candy store and stuff is. That's Michaud. And then below Michaud is Schaefer's Rock. It's Schaefer's Rock, sort of. It's like down here. Ish. But yeah, they all connect. And like, I didn't realize that the Appalachian Trail was like so close to us. You know, I for some reason think of it like coming out through Pittsburgh. I think of the Alleghenies, and like it's all part of the same. It's all part of the same mountain range. That's why. But you know, it's just a different side of the same mountain range.
Yeah.
But like, no, that'd be cool. That I couldn't do it alone. I definitely hate camping alone, and I definitely hate camping without friends.
That's a depressing thought, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it because, like, I mean, I grew up like being in the woods all the time and stuff. I mean, my dad has always hunted. Like, our family has always hunted and fishing and all that. So I was always an outdoorsman, like growing up and everything. And see, I could like, I mean, I could live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And be fine with it, you know.
Yeah. That's so. I'm a social primate. I have to be around people and noise and
like I mean, don't get me wrong, like I could live in a city as well.
Yeah.
Like
I think we have I think it's really awesome to have a good balance of both. Like everybody's always like, oh, you gotta go out to the woods and clear your mind. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm in nature right now because look at all these buildings.
Yeah.
You think nothing made these? No.
Yeah.
Nature did.
Yeah.
But like, I agree, and it's super fun, and like I like climbing. I love climbing, and I fell once, so I stopped for like 2 years. Wow. But I want to get back into it, and it's just like Schaefer's is a good place to go and do that, and camp, and primitive camping, like no cell reception, nothing. Like there is something really freeing about that every now and then.
Yeah.
Like you just completely turn the world off.
Yeah. Do you mind if I use the restroom?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, no. That's cool though. I didn't know being outdoorsy is really fucking cool, but it's also terrifying. Like honestly, to me. Yeah. It's the silence that gets me, I think. And it's problematic. And it is freeing, but just not like my wife's uncle has a place up in trying to think of it right now. It's in this beautiful town that's like way above, it's above 80 but below Bradford, and it's just like there's like 7 or 8 houses in this town. And that was really nice because it's not like super crazy camp. I gotta like ATV across a mountain to get to the camp, you know, like that kind of desolation. It was like, oh well, I can easily get to Clearfield and drive to go to Walmart and burn some time if I need to, because I have a problem with attention span.
Yeah, me too.
I'm on medication for it. I can't lie. Like I'm on a lot of medication for the sake of.
I was actually held back in 3rd grade because I had that problem. Like my attention span was god awful.
Yeah.
You know, and like no medication could help.
Oh jeez. It's like I finally got tested as an adult, and they're like, yeah, you have massive ADHD. Do you want to go on Ritalin? And I was like, no, I want to I'm going to Adderall. And they're like, all right, we'll try it. And it makes me more hyperactive, which is nice. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like it's not like I have this feel like you feel kind of slow today because because you had a few too many last night.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you're right.
I felt that way all the time, and like Adderall breaks me out of that, but it gets me just. I have these like moments where everything clicks and I'm suddenly frantic, but I'm also super focused. So I really like it this way. You know. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
it's mildly challenging. So, but yeah. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to get to? Like anything else? Like your EP is coming out winter-ish, so you got a couple of months here.
The recording process will probably start around New Year's.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where are you planning on recording down there or
No,
up here?
it'll be up here at Equinox Studios. It's kind of near Dallastown.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't I can't remember. It's not Jason. It's doesn't one of the guys that is involved with Wrath of Typhon run that
Don.
Don, yes.
Yeah,
Don.
he actually just started playing guitar in my dad's band.
Really?
Yeah. My dad actually, his band, their band name is 33. You guys should check them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they write some good stuff. They went to record up at Equinox, and Don was there through the whole process. Along, I don't know if you know Scott. What's his last name?
I'm trying to think.
He was a guitar player from, I think it was from Autumn to Ashes.
Oh, yeah, probably
Something like
I'm
that.
trying to think of who that could be. Yeah, more than likely because I know they were local.
Yeah.
Which is really weird to think about.
Yeah, but anyways, like he started playing and everything, and with the guitarist I had then, it just wasn't really like it wasn't clicking, in the studio, and Don was like, well, this is like my cup of tea right here. And my dad's like, dude, go at it, like,
Yeah.
lay down some like solos and stuff, and so me and my dad went up to listen to Don, and we were in the studio with him, and Don picks up this I think it was like a 60 something Les Paul Gold Top. I was like, oh my god, man. And he's like super like classically trained and everything, and he picks up the guitar and the track's going, gets to the breakdown for the solo, and he just rips it. And my jaws like hit the floor, and my dad's like, fuck yeah, dude. He's like, I want you in my band. And I mean, it took a little while for like the pieces to come together, but I guess it seems like it has. I mean, they had their first like get together as a band last night, and I was there, and it sounded sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was trying to think of that because I know Jason from Wrath and Seraphin. He's also in Seraphin. I know Don is like super classical musical, like he knows the foundations of everything and why everything, like he could do the math on it, and that's like such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So that's all. I mean, that's awesome though. So you get to record in a great studio and
have some great people like overlooking it. Like I'm really excited that they're gonna be the guys like going through the process. Of like, I mean, it's an acoustic album, so it's not gonna be too much to handle. You know, like it's not gonna take that long to finish. But I'm really anxious to like get their feedback, and this is my first time actually recording, and like so I'm really anxious to like, start the process, like start learning, like all the pieces like that make up the whole, the whole puzzle of that.
That's cool, man. That is really exciting. I'm always curious about like how stuff's made and things like that, and like being able to see like how they track and multi-track and watching stuff work on computers, like that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
it's really interesting. I don't know why. I think it's because I was like an old man at 8 years old, I guess. Like factory tours always impressed me. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's awesome. And do you like So are you the producer on your EP? Like, do you have full creative control of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. That's awesome. That's exciting. So are you gonna do are you gonna plan a summer tour for next year apart from Ireland?
That would be awesome. But I mean, you know,
to push your EP? Oh, that'd be really cool. You should do that.
what summer tour?
You should, yeah.
I would love that.
When
Yeah.
you take your break, you should really make some connections in spring and get some like people around here because you worked at the Cherry Lane. You could do like Mixtail and fun stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then
I mean,
find some other places.
I got a couple. Next week I'm playing at
Who?
Market View Arts
Oh yeah.
at 11:30 on Saturday, and then that's over at I think it's over at like 1:30 or something. And then going back to Hanover and playing at the Landing in the evening.
Oh cool.
So yeah, 2 one day. Should
There
be-
you go.
Yeah, you know.
That's awesome.
And then is it New Year's? There's a New Year's festival or something going on here.
Yeah, New Year's Eve downtown
Is
or
it,
whatever.
Is it the Harlem?
The what?
It's Harlem or something.
I don't know.
Harlem New Year's. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I connected with the guy that runs that, and I got a spot in that. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it all.
Cool, man. Well, do you? I was gonna say, where can my listeners find all your stuff? Just on Facebook at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much.
No,
I don't have much.
I
put
mean,
up.
keep up with your dates and stuff.
Oh yeah. Just follow me on Facebook. You know.
Okay, cool. All right.
But
Do you feel? But yeah, so that's really awesome that you're working with. You definitely have a good studio to work with, and you got your EP and all kinds of fun stuff coming. And yeah, you said Market View this Saturday, Market View Arts.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. That's a great place. I've never been in there before.
I've never been either.
Do you know where it is? It's on like when you're coming down Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like you pass the courthouse, and then that building that has the giant Bob Hoffman's painting on the side of it. It's that building,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all like college. It's all York College, like the studio and stuff like that.
Yeah, York College owns it, I think.
Yeah. So it's a really neat place. Like Story Supply Co. is in there. Like they have a office in there, and I met them, and like it is just like its own little universe when you walk in there of like
Yeah.
the super best painter. Like I walk through the one painting studio. They make me just that's talent that I could never even deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I'm excited for it. Like, I mean, I'm excited just to go and even see like what's in there, you know?
yeah.
Because like, I love art. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the art of like performing and songwriting and everything like that. The reason why I think I love it so much is like I have a lot to say, but I can't. I'm like a terrible speaker. Like I'll start talking and then like I just take like a million different like turns and
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what was I supposed to even be talking about? So like the best thing about songwriting for me is like I get out like all my emotions. Like I'm usually a pretty happy guy because like I get all my emotions out through my music. And that's the thing that I love about songwriting is because like I can get my point out in that form, and it's like you create your own beauty to it, and like I absolutely love that you have like control over like what's going on. And as of like, I mean, even like now, like in this interview, like there's some points I just like start talking about something not even relevant to the question, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
It feels good, man.
Yeah.
It's that's the biggest thing of it is like, bro, I don't want to be what's her name, Terry. I never want to strive to be Terry Gross because she does interviews. Interviews are not fun. I like sitting and I just like sitting and talking to people.
Yeah.
Like, because we don't get enough of it as of late. You know what I mean? Like, there's not any reason to pick up a phone and call somebody. There's plenty of reason to pick up a phone and text somebody.
Yeah.
You know, but like what's there? It's just the bare minimum information that you need. Like it's the input and the output, and that's exactly what you're getting. But like there's so much more to an actual like just sit down, talk, and shoot the shit with somebody. It's super fun. I'll cut out the curse words too. I forgot about that. But yeah, it's one of those beautiful things where I have this and like I was talking to my wife about this yesterday. I was like, I could just fold into the reality of a 70-hour work week and be a truck driver and just be a truck driver. But I'd rather do this. Like, have this just this as an outlet is more fun for me than anything else. Like, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
And you having music, like, it's definitely good to have an outlet, and like you're not trying to like go crazy and make bad paintings, because I make bad paintings. But like, when I try to push myself to learn a new art form, it's like I don't know why. All I do is talk. It's like
you're just like intrigued, and you want to do it.
And it's just I may as well do this instead of like picking up a paintbrush, because I'm not good at it. But who knows? But all right, man. Well, I appreciate all your time. Is there anything else that you want to get to, or you're gonna go home and take a nap?
Oh, I probably won't take a nap today, but whatever. I mean, I guess the final thoughts. You got the EP coming out this winter. Excited about that. So just if you're interested, just follow me on Facebook, Twitter, etc. I'll be posting the dates for everything coming out. So
cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when you do that, drop me a message. I'll make sure to push it on everything that
definitely.
I do. And because I'm really looking forward to it.
Thanks, man.
So cool, man. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right.